Shalom, shalom. Before I get started to say anything, I want to give all honor and glory and praise to the creator of heaven and earth, the one that has no beginning and no end, and is beloved and only begotten Son. Call Halayalam Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, meaning bless you in Paleo Hebrew. And I want to say shalom to the elder men and brothers that's putting out lessons and going out on the streets to bring back in the sheep. And shalom to the men and few women and children that's listening in silence as the scripture says to do. And may the blessing of election be upon your household. And I wanted to talk a little bit about self-sufficiency. You know, I ain't talking about going to buy a whole bunch of land and going out and trying to start a big farm and nothing. I'm talking about self-sufficiency around your household. Because, you know, some of us in these households, we have elderly people, we have children, we have people, you know, that's sick or, you know, handicapped or whatever. And we've been in subjection to these devils to where we have to go to them for everything. So, you know, we need to start following the old paths. You know, the people that's in this truth, the hopeful elect, we need to start following the old paths and stop always having to think that we need Esau, Edom, the wicked, for everything. You know, the Most High gave us all the tools to do the things that we need to do, even though we are in captivity right now, you know. And in Deuteronomy 28, verse 1 to 14, those are the blessings. The Most High told us what he would give us if we were obedient to him. But 15 on down is the curses. He told us what he would do to us if we was disobedient to him. And right now we are in Babylon under the curses. So we are in subjection to these devils. You know, we need to go to them for everything. And if you don't think that you do, you do. You know, you might got a little business over here, you might got a little money or whatever over there, but in hindsight, you still got to go through these devils to get where you trying to go. So I was just wanted to speak on a little self-sufficiency, you know, around your household. There's certain things that we can do to where we don't need these devils. Because when the black swan event hit, and that's when the lights go out and all hell is breaking loose and your power is out, you know, and your water don't work, you know, and you got your kids or your grandmother or mother or whoever in the house, it's going to be certain little ways and certain little things that you're going to have to do on your own without having to go to these devils. When 911 don't work, when your lights out and all of that, it's still certain little crafty ways that we going to have to use, you know, to kind of, you know, get through it. Because when the power go out, you don't know if your light's going to be out for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. You don't know. And all hell going to be breaking loose. So, you know, I just wanted to talk a little bit about self-sufficiency and how these devils got us in subjection. And the Most High put us there because of our disobedience. You know, when you got a father and a kid, when the kid is disobedient to the father comes and puts that kid back in his place. And that's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai did to us. That's why we are in the place that we are in now. You know, he is reversing the curses. But right now, until the missiles hit and we get on them chariots, we are forever going to be under the curses, all right? So, you know, a little self-sufficiency around your household and using wisdom will never hurt you. I'm not saying go out and try to conquer the world, but I'm saying just around your household, when the lights go out, there's certain things that you can do, you know, to you know, put food in your kid's belly, your mother's belly, your belly, or whatever the case may be. You know, because we are in subjection to these devils. And if you don't think so, then we're going to go to Deuteronomy 28 and we're going to see. Because the Most High word is true. You know, a lot of y'all might not believe, but you don't have to. You know, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the way, the truth, and the light. All right. So I'm going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 to show you that no matter what you think you need to go through these devils to get whatever you trying to do, there's no way around it. There's no way around it. All right. So, I mean, Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse, I'm going to start at 47. Deuteronomy 28 and 47. Because thou servest not the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, not some things, all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay, so the Most High is letting us know that we got to go to these devils for hunger, which is food, thirst, which is water, that when you bathe, you drink, you know what I'm saying? And then nakedness, clothes. You know, when you go to these stores, you got to go to them devils to get your clothes. Even if you sew your clothes or buy the threads to do, you still got to go through them. So he's basically telling us that we are in subjection to them. There's nothing that we can do without having to go through them. You don't own no textile companies. You don't own no water companies or nothing. You got to go to the store to buy these things from these devils, all right? And that's how it was. It wasn't supposed to be that way, you know? And he put a yoke upon our neck in the slave trade, but now he still has a physical, spiritual yoke on us too. So that's why I was talking about just having a little bit of self-sufficiency about yourself, all right? You know? Because these curses, these curses ain't no joke. But we need to start following the old path. You know, back when the children of Israel was in the wilderness, they ain't have no microwaves and phones and all of these little tricks that we have now. They had more self-sufficiency. That's why we need to start following the old path. We need to start using wisdom, so when the lights shut out, we can at least have a little self-sufficiency and wisdom to at least, you know, put some food in our kids' belly, in our grandmother's belly, in our mother's belly, you know, until Yahweh Shem Yahushai come back and get us up out of this situation, all right? Because Deuteronomy 28, 47, and 48 is telling us right here that we are in subjection, you know, in hunger and thirst and in nakedness. So yeah, I just wanted to speak about a little self-sufficiency. I had a little quick little video, like 2 or 3 minutes. I thought it was pretty cool to just show you how little tricks like this, you know, can help you in the time of a black swan event when the lights go out, because the lights is gonna go out. You know, Iran already been playing with Babylon's system. China already told them, when we invade Taiwan, you better not try nothing, or we gonna make you feel it, you know. And then they might even do it themselves to try to govern in their new system. You know, they want that Lay's potato chip in your hand, and the only way that really can happen is if they shut down this whole system and turn the lights off and start a new system. And when them lights go off, you don't know how long it's gonna be until the lights come back on. So we need to have self-sufficient. You know, we need to be more self-sufficient now, as I should say. You know, so I wanted to show you this video. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, you can heat up your house and you can cook food with something that's cheap. You know, and this really don't look fire hazardous. But you know, when your lights off and the power is off and the water don't work, but you got food inside your refrigerator that's almost about to spoil, this is a certain way how you can still cook the food and feed your family, feed your kids, feed yourself, you know? So I want to just show the video. It's only like maybe 3 minutes. Check it out.
Ton of heat, light, and you can easily convert this into a stove.
simple little hack. 2 cans, add dirt. Cotton balls.
Now I'm just going to go ahead and add the cotton balls.
Anybody can do this at home.
Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and add the alcohol and light it up.
This right here could put food inside of your kid's belly in a time of trouble when the lights go out. Look at that. Look at that. And it don't really even look like it's really dangerous. He got it on his kitchen table. Look at that. Look at that. A little bit of self-sufficiency. The lights go out. And we got kids in the house. And actually, I'm telling you, I'm hungry.
Beautiful. Came out perfect.
Look at that.
Only took like 2 minutes. I was putting off a ton of heat. To put it out, easy. Again, super easy to do. Just the 2 cans, add some dirt between the 2 of them, put the cotton balls in the center, add the alcohol, fire it up.
Look at all that heat. Heat your house up and cook some food for you. All in one. And it don't look like it's too bad. It don't look like it's going to burn your house down. You got it on this kitchen table. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that video. Little self-sufficiency and coming back to the ways of the Most High, following the old path is never wrong. You know, we got loved ones that we need to protect and feed, kids and older people. So I thought that video was pretty cool, to where if you can receive it or you need it, some people may be more fortunate. They might got generators and other sorts of things to get themselves some power, but those things will run out too, and you will end up finding yourself having to come back to something like this, So, follow the old path, get back to that. Be more a little bit self-sufficient around the house, to where we don't have to always look to these devils to do certain things. All right. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool right there. I just wanted to share, so if you receive it, you receive it, and if you don't, then that's okay too. But I wanted to go to what is it, Birch chapter 2, is it verse 30? Is it 30? I'm gonna start at 29. Birch chapter 2, verse 29. If ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number amongst the nations. That goes back to Deuteronomy 28, where I will scatter them. The Most High have scattered us in the 4 corners of the earth. Verse 30, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, you prideful. But in the land of their captives, they shall remember themselves. And that's the self-sufficiency, following the old paths. In the land of our captives, we will remember ourselves. We will stop following the ways of the heathen, and we will return unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And a little bit of self-sufficiency will never hurt you. The Most High gave us wisdom to do these certain things. We can't depend on Esau, Edom, the wicked for everything. We have to come a little bit self-sufficient in a time of trouble. And I'm talking about when a black swan event happened, when shit hit the fan, and when all hell was breaking loose. You got probably your house boarded up and it's dark or whatever. You know, that's why I showed you that video, even though it ain't really nothing special. But, you know, just little things like that, you know, can help. You know, so a little bit of self-sufficiency will never hurt you, you know. Sometimes you might need to just research or look at a couple of little videos to where you don't always have to go to these devils with certain things. You can kind of, you know, push them to the side and do little things on your own, you know, because our forefathers and foremothers, they had self-sufficiency. They didn't have the things that we have now, you know. So, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to make this video long or nothing. I just thought I would, you know, bring that to your attention, a little video and a couple of scriptures to, you know, kind of, you know, broaden your horizons a little bit, you know. But, you know, things about to start happening. We have a war over there in the east. We have nations against nation, kingdom against kingdom, you know, earthquakes in diverse places, you know, and it's a lot of things that's happening when we woke and when we sleep. And you can go to sleep and wake up and things can totally change. So, you know, stay prayed up and do the things that you need to do to stay on the side of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai no matter what. You know, little self-sufficiency will never hurt you. All right? Follow the old ways, the old path, you know. We are a special people. We are chosen. The Most High loves us. But he don't love us when we disobedient to him. We got to come back to the Creator, all right? So, you know, I just wanted to speak on that a little bit because I thought this was actually pretty cool video, to tell you the truth. You know, the Edomite, and I don't know if he made it up or not, but you know, I seen the video and I actually thought that was pretty wise to do, you know, and I thought about, you know, in the time of trouble, hey man, that right there, that can, you know, help you and your family, your kids, your grandmother, you know, whoever's sick or wherever in your house, and the lights is out and everybody panicking. This little thing right here, you know, can help. You know, in the ultimate, we know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to be the one that's going to deliver us and feed us in the time where we can't eat. But I just thought that was pretty cool, you know, to show, to share, you know, and for whatever it's worth, you know, you could take it for whatever it's worth. But, you know, until then, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Till the next time, I say shalom.